now call this meeting to order at 5:33 p.m. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next on the agenda now will be finding roll call.
Laredo Rose Gonzalez, Jasmine Salceda,
Here.
Leonardo Moreno,
Here.
Jamie Gutierrez,
Here.
Victoria Casares,
Here.
Mia Garcia,
Here.
Jose Quintana,
Here.
Cecily Rojas, Mia Castillo,
Here.
Andrea Cordova,
Here.
Sherlene Ochoa,
Here.
Daniel Ortiz,
Here.
Vivian de la Cruz.
Here. We don't have public comments. Next on the agenda, discussion with possible action on LYC Garden at the Water Museum. So me and Damien met up with,
I forgot her name, but she's sitting there.
yeah, she's like the city director for the Water Museum, and I know we had spoken about the garden. And I want to first say thank you for everyone who put in their part in doing their research and, giving me information on what kind of plants and things you wanted. Unfortunately, not everything was able to fit into the agenda simply because some of the plants that you guys put, they don't meet like the Laredo standards. You get me? Because you have to get plants depending on like how, like the climate is. They have to be adaptable because you can't just get any plant because some of them need the cold and Laredo's not known for being cold. So he made the list of the things that got approved. So these are the approved plants that we are for sure allowed to have. Scarlet sage, oxblood lily, Texas sage, Mexican marigold, Mexican honeysuckle, oleander, Texas persimmon, and desert marigolds. Those are the for sure approved plants.
All of them are very brightly colored and they're very adaptable to the Laredo's environment. And they work well in the winter, spring, etc.
So she had also said yes to these plants, but we cannot put it like in the back where the rest of the garden's gonna be. So me and Damien, we all took a look at around. I know I sent it on the group chat pictures of how it looks like. We have a whole field to ourselves.
The desert myrtle, the crepe myrtle, the pomegranate, and the blackfoot daisy. Well, the crepe myrtle and the pomegranate are both trees. The reason they're only maybes is because that would require a lot more attention from us. So, we instead of probably going maybe once or twice a week, we'll probably have to go 3 or 4 times a week to take care of that tree. We would have to have someone who would go there during the winter. It does have special.
Yes. And one of the things that she told me is that every single week or every 2 weeks she has somebody
Also, we are, because even when we are going to have some members still going in the summer to take care of those plants because we did make that responsibility.
Yes, so regardless, once your term ends on May 31st, like that's it, you are still responsible to take care of the garden in the summer. Because, it's a garden, it still needs to be taken care of. So when we went to go check out the garden, we had seen that there was a specific area that was already full of plants, and it was donated by Risk. And I got in contact with Trisha, she's the director for Risk, and I asked her if maybe she'd want to get with us and coordinate with us, like collab together for this garden so they can. We need to, of course, provide the plants, we have to provide the material. they're willing to said that she might be able to get the funding, right? Or get donations like from Lowe's and Home Depot, all
And
those
from the
places,
council.
and from the council as well. What's it called? So we need to start looking into the plants today. Like, what is it? How many do we want? Because right now we have all of these on the agenda, but we cannot just get one of each. Like, what do you guys see? Like, okay, now that we have the for sure approved plants, how many do you guys want of each?
And how do you want to group them? How do you want them to look?
Do you have a certain idea of how big the lot is where these plants
It's
are?
a huge lot.
It's big?
We sent pictures in the group chat.
I can do it again after.
Yeah, so we have all that space that is in the pictures? All right.
So, of course, we would also have to fix the walk-through area.
There's a
The
couple-
gravel.
Yeah, there's a pad, but it's gonna,
It's become overgrown with plants,
Yeah.
so we would also have to fix that in order to make it more aesthetically pleasing. Another thing we would have to do is try to install a drip irrigation system to make the burden of watering plants like easier for us.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be.
So we cannot plant anything that bears fruits or vegetables, that's a big no. We can plant trees, but just remember that if we do plant trees, those are gonna require a lot more time and a lot more maintenance than an actual plant. What's it called? We need to look into contacting a landscaping company, simply because there where you walk around, the gravel is kind of uneven and you have to fix it up. We would have to fix it up. Yeah, it's a landscaping company to install a drip irrigation system, and we need new gravel for a path. We have to begin setting up a schedule for when we can start this and how we would set up the hours. So, because it's already December and we've already been discussing this for 3 months, I think the best time is that, the best thing to do right now is come up with an agreement as to, yes, to partner up with Risk or not, so I can get in contact with her, so like that, she can start providing me the materials and the money, so like that we can start going to go out and provide. Have the picture on your phone, you guys can pull it out so you can
I'll resend it to
resend it right now.
Would it also be possible to get to the
Another thing is, we're planning that once we fully renovate the garden, hopefully within spring, we would have a sort of, like a party, like a event where the public can come see it.
Yeah, because like the space is open to the public and they can do like events and stuff in there. So that's in the plan.
Yeah, and one of the things you told me that is, if we were to finish this garden and we actually come through with it at the end of the year, they're willing to donate a bench with all of our names on it, and it's gonna stay there. So that's something that stays there forever, you leave your mark there. But this is something that does need to get done.
I've sent the photos.
So Damien just sent the photos.
Victoria, I don't know if you want to take this into consideration, or I don't even know if I'm allowed to say, but you might want to look into what the best months to plant are. And I know that December is just a bad month, all of December and January. Okay, so all the money that you have or the money that you'll be collecting will be a waste. If-
So the first thing that I was thinking is, of course, we're not gonna right now like apply the plants, because we first need to remodel it. We have to fix it up, fix up the land with the gravel and fix everything up before we can even start implementing the plants. So that's why right now, the first thing that we would do is agree on, okay, what day is best to go, so that we can start cleaning up. And one thing I was thinking was we can have a whole day spent there where we go early in the morning, we get together, we start cleaning up, we do like with the gravel and everything, and we clean up, fix up, we have a whole day there, and then in the afternoon, I'm sure lunch can be provided as well, but we have to spend at least a whole day where it's just completely dedicated to first cleaning up the land and fixing it up before we actually start planting. That comes towards the end, and it needs a lot of help.
Oh, and I just have a random question, because like I had an idea. Are animals allowed around there? Like
So it's a monarch garden. The garden that we have is a monarch garden. It's where those pretty pretty butterflies that are like black and brown, like I don't know if you've seen orange. Yeah. So they're seasonal, so they travel here, and it's just like thousands and thousands of butterflies.
When we were there, they were.
No, so there's also a variety of other wild animals there. There's wild turkeys.
Yeah, but I mean like dogs and that.
Dogs, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I would honestly say popping hot.
So, and I mean, there's wild animals, so I wouldn't say why not.
Another thing, I believe it closes at 5, no?
It closes at 5, yeah, it does close at 5. But she says that she's willing to make a day like available for us where we're gonna like for sure go and help out. And that's one thing that I wanna do this month. We have to at least dedicate one day, like the full day from the morning, at least at 5 or 6, to like when we're just like cleaning, you know? Cause like this, it's a lot, it's a lot.
Tori, have you thought about maybe like getting a bigger crowd and to give community service hours?
Yeah.
As the Laredo Youth Council?
To help us? No, I haven't looked into that, but that actually sounds like a great idea. I'll ask Karen. I don't think she'll say no. So consider.
I would say like the beginning of winter break, because towards the end I have a lot of plans.
Okay, so not next week, but the following week.
Okay.
What day do you think would work best for everybody?
No, but still.
I'd say weekday.
Because some families do plan things
Weekday.
more.
Yeah, it's
Weekday.
Because
weekday.
weekdays, the families get together on
Because
weekends.
weekends, like.
And they're not even open on weekends.
Why don't we do that first Monday?
The
Yeah.
first Monday?
Yeah. Oh, I think it's the 17th.
Or 18.
Same, 18.
So would you all be down?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So we all agree on it?
I don't break.
No, the 18th.
18.
We're not
I
on
don't
Monday
think
because.
we're-
Let's check until
wait,
everybody-
hold on, because we have school next week, Monday through Friday, and then it's gonna be Saturday, Sunday, and then UISD, I don't know about LISD, we still have school Monday, Tuesday.
But they're half days. I believe we can still make.
But they're half days, the thing is that, yes, but we need to have a whole day.
So on that, then
Okay,
maybe,
why don't we do it on Thursday?
yeah, Thursday, something.
Next Thursday, not next Thursday, but.
19?
Oh.
Is there a problem with the 21st for anybody?
Can I see the,
Is that Thursday?
Yes, sir.
yeah, 21st for Thursday.
There was an issue?
No.
I drew.
Okay, so you guys are saying on Thursday, right? Not next week, the 14th, but the 21st on Thursday? Okay. How many of y'all are for sure 21st? I'll make recommendations with her for the 21st to see what we need. Okay.
So we would just go and clean to it, that's like the main thing.
Clean, so you guys can look at them and we can of course give you a tour on it, but also, I can't see it, can you put it on your phone? But,
There's also a beautiful sculpture there.
yeah, there's a
Oh, yeah.
sculpture as well.
And for the community service, if we do go with it, like how would that be shared? Like can I share it with my school, like activities coordinator or?
I'm
Yeah.
sure,
Posters, online.
but that's not for sure yet. We first have to approve that with the coordinator from the Water Museum and with Karen, and if she says yes, we'll make a flyer. And from there, I will send it to you to give to your activity coordinators. But then again, we don't want everybody, it's only like a specific number of people. You know, that's something
I think when we worded for volunteers, we shouldn't like bring volunteers in on like the first day where we all go. I think we should, on that Thursday, it's just us. First, like, just go by the garden, see what we're gonna do, plan it out, work a little, and then we set another day where it's volunteers also.
Yeah.
okay,
And we can talk to them about what we want to do and what's this project they're working on. Not just like put them to work, just like explain to them what their work is gonna transform into, like,
Okay.
and, like talk to them.
Okay, so then maybe that's a good idea, maybe the first meeting it should just be us, like when we go, so it's just us, we see what we need to do, and of course, we're not gonna finish in one day, and then I see the next one, now that we know for sure this is what we're doing, we still need to do this, and that's when we can bring in the volunteers. Or we can just do it ourselves, and then when it comes to actually like planting everything and digging up and all that, that's when we can get the volunteers, I don't know what you guys think. Do you rather have volunteers? Or, because it's not dirty, but like what I mean by clean up is like, we need to cut the grass, we need
Organize.
to organize, you know, fix. the
I feel like
walkway.
with too much people, it's gonna cost.
And the other thing is, are we planning to plant seeds or plant actual already bloomed plants?
I feel like already blue plants would be.
I think we should do like some sort of a mixture.
I would do a mixture.
It's a mixture because not all of them are blooming right now, but most of the things that are here, like a tree, you're not just gonna go and like buy a tree. Yeah.
But the thing is, if we start now, they're not gonna blossom. She
Yeah.
just said like,
Yeah,
it's not
there's
the right
some where
time.
they're
Yeah,
not
I'll
already,
start it.
like,
Because when I went to go speak with her, we were. Plants that are like
That will bloom.
bloom during Laredo's weather, because that's why we couldn't add everything that everybody added, because what's it called? Not all of them accommodate to Laredo's heat. or
And not
Laredo's
everything's in
weather.
season.
Yeah, so what we searched up, she said all of this we can start now, even if it's winter, because it's not gonna blossom right now right away, but they're adaptable to Laredo's weather, because you know how sometimes we have cold fronts, other times it's like super
Yeah,
hot.
the freezes
Yeah.
are really what's been hitting us in the past 3 years. Everyone who has plants at home has been losing their plants for the past 2 or 3 years, which in the past, Laredo was not getting any freezes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and that's what we had told her about it. She said that these plants, they're made for this type of condition of weather. So, I don't know. I mean, that sounds good to me.
Now, there's also some trees that will withstand the weather, even the freezes.
And what did you say about like?
To us, if we partner up with them so that they can help us with our like funding. First, we also need to create a funding. Like what is it, the estimated amount of money we're gonna need? So that I can more likely give them a number. So like, let's say for example, all of this is gonna come out to $5,000, right? They know more than likely how much money to give us. They're not gonna fund all 5,000, but they are willing to help us out, you know? And that's what matters. So, are you guys okay with partnering up with Risk?
Yeah.
The relationship is only beneficial, is it not?
Yeah.
Especially since it's environmentally based.
Yeah, and then we get a cool bench.
Towards the end of the year, yes.
And on that Thursday, do you want us to bring anything?
So that's the thing. I don't know.
Wear clothes, you know.
Well, yeah, but it depends on the weather as well. I don't know if you could.
But I think
Tell them in advance.
And I can tell Karen if for our next meeting, the follow up. You get me? And then I see that we're like, okay, this Thursday, this is the picture. This is what we're gonna do. You get me? Okay. So yes on the garden. Yes. Okay. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, discussion with possible action on the movie drive-in theater fundraiser. I know this. Move on to the next. We'll move it down to the very bottom. For action on possible collaboration with Nova Laredo Youth Council. Leo?
Okay, yeah, so as I was talking in the past meeting about the thing about meeting with the Laredo Youth Council, and I don't know who brought the idea about creating a committee for it. I decided that the people who would be the most beneficial to the committee would be Mia, Carlota, and Tori, because she's the president. You have to be in the committee, right, Tori?
No, presidents cannot be
No?
committees. They can assign it, but they cannot be.
Well, then, just Carlota and Mia, do you think that's okay, Tori? Are you okay with it?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, then, Carlota and Mia would be the people who would be in the committee. And I know Karen was to talk with the major about this, but I don't, she's not here. I don't know if she's gonna come, but she has more information in that, into.
Now, I have a question.
Yes?
Where does this benefit us? I'm not trying to like,
Yeah. Because we're gonna be able to talk about issues that affect both of our cities, and maybe they're not in our hands, but they're in the hands of people in Laredo, right?
I understand that, but I understand we're trying to be vocational, we're trying to like, okay, like,
Yeah.
trying to sign up for them, but how is it gonna benefit us if most of their problems is for them and ours over here? And majority of the stuff that we have is already fine with us, and I know probably they're struggling with it. So I just don't see, like, I understand, like, I'm glad you're doing that, but just to me, it's like, I don't.
Yeah, but there are issues like the Rio Bravo, right? Like there's people that contaminate the Rio Grande over there, and we could work to make an effort to prevent that. I think that's the main issue or thing we could talk about with the Laredo Youth Council.
And isn't the Rio Grande like both our major water sources for
Yes.
Nova Laredo and us?
Not only that, but two heads are bigger than one, and they are our sister cities. And
Exactly.
one thing that Laredo loves to do is we love to collaborate with them.
Yeah, and yeah, Karen was saying about how the major loves to spend the tie we have with Nova Laredo. I was gonna talk with the major, and the next meeting she would tell us.
So I'm gonna call her and put her on speaker so she can talk about the drive-through.
Hold on, are you guys okay with putting her thing back next on the agenda?
Yeah, sure.
And we're gonna move it to the end.
Someone needs to move it, yes?
I move to follow up with that, with
Seconded.
point 4.
Seconded, who's gonna second?
Second.
Okay.
Alright, so Carlota, if you
Okay.
have, sorry.
So going back, discussion with possible action on the movie drive-in theater fundraiser. Carlota, is there anything you wanna share on the drive-in movie theater that you had planned in mind?
Yes, I wanted to ask Karen when am I gonna meet with because last time that we went over it, we were talking about maybe I could meet with some people from a park. I was wondering when we could do that.
So Karen's not here actually, and one of the things that I was gonna mention to you was, Karen told me that it was gonna be impossible for us to be able to get like the permit for the drive-in movie theater, and it's gonna cost a lot of money, but she said that one thing she's willing to do is, Councilmember Melissa Cigarroa, she's willing to put this as one of her events, like put in the drive-in movie theater, meaning it can still happen, but instead of it being part of the LYC, Melissa Cigarroa is gonna take it under her wing and call it her own, and she's gonna help with this, like with this, what's it called, event.
So it's not a project from LYC, it's a project for her.
Yes, because it's gonna take a lot of funding and we don't have a funding. So, and because you want this done, it's gonna take a lot of time and a lot more money to get a permit and everything. So she says that Melissa Cigarroa is willing to take this under her wing and call it her own project. And you and her can get in contact and collaborate as to what is it that you wanna do. So you can give her more of a better idea and it can happen a lot faster.
Is it okay if I agree onto that? If I could,
I'll still be a part of it, we'd all still help out in it, but she's the one that's gonna make me take the lead on this. And the credit.
okay, yeah. I'm fine with that, but I'm still, yes, it is part of the Laredo Youth Council, but I would still, and yes, you are gonna be the head of it, but I would still like to have a say in what's going. I'm fine with that, thank you. That's all I really wanted to talk about, is just.
Things move very slowly there, so I'm honestly unsure whether we'll be able to do it there at the moment, simply because of how long the administration is taking, and because they also have to report to the main harmony, which takes a long time. But I do know that when it comes to United South, I believe there's already a plan in motion.
Yes. So that plan did not go as planned as we thought it would. So we were supposed to have it on Monday, what's it called? But, you know, with testing and everything, it wasn't able to get done. So I'm really hoping that maybe I can get back in contact with my coordinator and see what is it that we can do to like move it. But one thing that I also noticed is that regardless if they say yes to this, the flyer. I can send it right now. It looks really nice actually. They just put out a flyer. So it's technically like your job to get people to go to this event. You get me? Like you're not gonna force anybody. So one thing I would recommend in case you all do want to do it with your guys' schools is letting your counselors know, letting the people who do the attendance to say it out in the speakers or something. But other than that, like.
And also, I know that Layla was also first a part of this.
Okay, so at Staggs Academy, our counselor is on board. She's actually very excited with the idea. Sadly, because it is end of term, our classes have already ended for the semester, and with finals and book returns, we will not be able to do it this semester. But our counselor is going to get in contact and we'll start planning for the spring semester.
That's perfect, especially because.
Oh yeah, and right now it's just major testing and everybody's just really stressed out with the professors and stuff.
With these mental health workshops, would they be monthly or is it just a?
It's just a one-time thing. But they had said that depending on how well this goes, they're also thinking about doing it again in the spring.
And would each council member take charge?
So because me and you, for example, we're United South, we are the ones that are gonna be like helping lead this. So the health department will come in, they'll give their speech, and then me and you would have to talk as well and be a part of these events and talk to these kids and help out with the workshops and everything.
But my question is, for example, when it happens at Harmony, would, again, you have.
It would be me and Layla. It goes to your respective
So
schools.
the respective council member of that school would
Yeah.
take charge of it. All right, so and then with schools that are not part of the Laredo Council, would they get the The opportunity to be private?
Every school is a private.
No.
Not everyone, like San Luis, I don't think so, but like majority of the schools there are gonna be a private.
That would be harder, but of course we can always look into it.
Yeah, right now we're starting small to see how it goes, and if it goes well, then we'll extend it to the other schools. Because we're not gonna say yes right now to all the schools and then like, it's all chaotic, you know, we start somewhere.
So far, we already have United Thousand plans and hopefully Stacks and plans.
Yes.
I think we should already start asking maybe another school within here.
United, maybe we can do United, but I will get with Karen with that if you wanna do United.
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking is maybe now a mental health workshop, not for the students specifically, but rather for the parents. We can invite the parents to come, because that's where a lot of issues can come through, you know, trauma, or maybe the parents don't understand how to deal with it.
Programs really just focus
Yeah,
on
like-
promoting theirs.
That could also be for schools
And
who
they
maybe
can
don't
try
have that
everything.
program, so maybe, I don't know about
Yeah,
others.
maybe
I
like
know our schools
Harmony,
don't.
like,
So I was thinking-
Stag's Academy.
Uh,
I had a question.
Also, it was my understanding that these presentations were going to be centered around self.
But I remember when I was talking to Barbara, the one who's overseeing this, she said that she can adjust the presentation to each school's need. So like you said, your school, and I believe yourself as well, specifically focusing on self-care, but let's say a school wants to do it on anxiety or depression or eating disorders, then they will have a completely different presentation, focus on that.
I feel like every school though, although like everyone's a little bit different, I think we do need to talk about self-care because, I mean, I've heard about eating disorders all the time and stuff like that, and anxiety. Like, I've never heard a presentation about self-care, and I think that's very important.
And like when you say self-care, like what do you think of when you hear self-care?
Like self-care, like taking time to yourself. Because a lot of these kids, like, they're just like, oh, academic, club. Like, they don't take the time to take care of themselves.
And who would be formulating, who would be formulating this presentation?
We're in collaboration with the health department. So the health department, she would be, what's her name?
Her name is Barbara Escamilla. She is the director for community mental health.
So she would make the presentation.
They actually already have presentations done. They actually typically go from school to school and like do these presentations. We're just specifically working in collaboration with them and requesting certain presentations for our respective schools.
Another thing that she was mentioning is the possibility of testimonials, where we give our own testimonials on our own struggles with self-care, mental health, etc.
I think that's smart.
No, adding to that, I know I mentioned before, but the focus is making sure every kid gets the message. And I mentioned that maybe if maybe you're not the person, pick an individual who people see or actually like take influence from, whether it's someone with popularity or people who look up to him, and have them talk about it. And kids would be like, you know what, he's into that. So far, I can be more open, in my opinion. That's why I think it's kind of finding somebody who will initiate it and make kids like come out of their comfort zone. Like, okay, he's different. He's doing that. What if I do that? Because I know a lot of kids nowadays it's about, okay, he does it, I can do that. I want to be cool, he does that. Or, you know, it just goes off influences. So you find someone who's influential, or kids will actually see, like, not take it as a joke. Because you think about it, like, nowadays kids are, oh, I don't need that, happened to me. But they're in denial, they don't want to express themselves. It's, you know, Hispanic culture, like, oh, you can have problems, you know, stuff like that. So it's just finding somebody who will actually initiate it correctly and make it known that it's okay to feel these things. It's okay to be like this. So I just think, like, could we ask people, or maybe like yourself, like just different ways you can go along with it?
So what I was thinking was like, let's just say like, okay, we're having the presentation and we have all these kids, right? Of course, she would be giving her speech, and then we would have to give, you guys would have to give your testimonial, and then because it's the youth, you can add on after you like speak on your problem or something you've done and overcame. You can ask the crowd, you can ask them like, is there anybody that wants to come and speak up on it, you get me? Like you ask them, because again, like even though, like for example, the popular kid, right? We'll just say a popular kid. He's like super known, but he didn't even show up to this event. And he knew about it, but he didn't show up. He shows no interest. You're not gonna force the kid to come and speak to these kids. You get me? It's just what you can do is you can talk to them. Once you finish giving your testimony, you can ask them, is there anybody that wants to come give their testimony if you want to? You're not gonna force you if you wanna come talk. The majority of the time, somebody, at least one person's gonna come and volunteer, you know? But you ask them.
Maybe we can encourage like the leaders of specific organizations in the school,
Yeah, like head cheerleader, and
that like the athletic
Class
representative.
president,
Yeah.
yeah, stuff. Maybe we can do that.
I'm
Class
close with the
president.
class president and like the Lariats and that, so that could be possible.
And so we would be open, like testimonials to anyone who would be willing to go up and speak.
I think it would be smart to screen them beforehand or like a general idea of what they're gonna talk about. Because we did talk about the idea of like including other students in testimonials with Barbara. But one thing she said is it's very hard because a lot of people they don't want people to know their private business or, because after a student gives a testimonial, a lot of the times students will look at them differently. They'll be like, oh, that's a kid with the eating disorder or that's a kid with problems at their home. So that's why it might be a bit difficult to get testimonials from other people.
Is there any other questions, any concerns?
None.
Comments?
No comments?
No.
Okay. Well,
Tori, if there's time, I don't know if we could come back to my item, because, you know, I was cut in the middle because of conducta.
I apologize.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
we can do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Action on moving back to, I mean, is it, okay, first, is everybody done with this item?
No, I'm just really excited for it.
Okay, yes,
So I motion to move back to Leo's discussion.
I second that.
okay, so, Leo?
Okay, so, you know, I was saying we could talk with them about issues both communities have, both cities have. I don't know if anybody has any idea of what we could talk about besides the Rio Grande or anything more specific. Tori?
So, one of the things I was thinking was like, it's obviously gonna be via Zoom, you know? I don't know if you wanna do it like in a meeting or just hold a special meeting where it's like we have a meeting and we together, but it's specifically only for the Zoom meeting with them. That's something that you would have to decide on. But Karen, what's it called? But I was thinking like, what if like, of course, since they're council members, we're council members, we like discuss like one-to-one culture. The culture is very different over there than it is over here, you know, even though it's like right next door. So it's all like, what is it that we can do to help you? You know, like regardless if we're another country, doesn't matter. Again, specifically Laredo is our sister, so we help each other. See, okay, what is it that you guys need help with? What are your ideas? What is it that you guys are doing over there in Laredo? Get ideas from them. What's it called? See what we can bring in, like, to Laredo, you know?
And maybe not so much initiatives on what
Yeah.
we can do together, but maybe what they've done in the past and give them ideas of what we're currently doing, like the garden, and see if maybe we can take ideas from them and them
Switch
ideas from
ideas,
us.
technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a problem other than Rio Grande. So I know in my school, I know especially in Martin and Nixon,
Yes.
there's a lot of kids that come from Nuevo Laredo, and those kids don't get home till late, and they have like really bad protection. Like somebody could really just kidnap them off the street. I think that's a problem we could talk about because nobody really talks
Yeah,
about
sure.
it.
Yeah.
Like we need better transportation. We need like because they go across the border like every single day.
Now, that's be hard
That-
because that is out of our power. We can't
We can't
control
control.
public
I know,
safety,
but so is the Rio Grande. You know what I mean? Like it's something else that we could talk about.
Yeah, we could always talk with like the directors around personal cities who deal with the transportation or deal with the water. You know, give them ideas that both councils give each other and how we can make the quality of life for everybody better or easier.
I mean, yes, that sounds like a good idea, but I really don't see how that would work, simply because that what you're technically asking for is for a bus to come to Laredo, pick the students up, and take them back to Nuevo Laredo.
Yeah, no, I was just saying like it's a general other problem that we could talk about.
Oh, we can
Like
talk about
other
it.
than Rio Grande.
the thing is, it just wouldn't go anywhere because that's how a friend does that. He comes across, he lives across. The thing is, the public bus, he takes public transportation, right?
Yeah.
You can't have them come earlier just because of kids' high school. It throws off the whole routine off.
Yeah.
And asking for better protection is out of our reach, because as in already law enforcement, that's kind of like, we can't initiate it because we have no power of it. We're
Yeah,
just-
I understand. It was just an idea out there.
Yeah,
And I
think
feel like
that's right.
even though they say like we can't do anything, I feel like we could do something. There's always something we could do.
Yeah, definitely. Even if it's not big like that, as
Mhm.
long as it's something.
Like something minor, like anything
Yeah.
could help.
It just shows that like we care and that we.
Yeah,
It's just
I don't
advocate.
care.
Just, you
Yeah,
know,
we
put our
can
word
just
out
talk
there.
about it, that's it. And if something comes up, then we can work on it maybe. We can do something about it, even if it's small, we're doing something. Any other ideas? Anything more specific, like within the Rio Grande, Rio Bravo ones, like specific into it, like what we would do with it? What could we do about the Rio Grande?
No.
I don't have an idea, but I do have a question.
Yes?
Have they reached out with any potential ideas or no?
I have talked with the person who does it,
Uh-huh.
and he told me that like he wanted to do this meet. He would like to have this meet mostly to talk about what affects the other community, like what I was saying, like what are some issues that affect those cities. But he didn't tell me any specific things he would like to talk about. That's what he told me.
So I think because the garden is our main project, I think doing something more environmentally based would be more geared in our interest.
Yeah. Any ideas? Anything more?
Questions, comments, concerns?
What about your item number 8 on the mental?
Oh, we went over that, no?
No, but what about, I'm sure that you guys relate to the same community because no matter what country you're coming from, it's really the age gap that you're in. Just, you guys are gonna have a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
And
So
some of
I'm
the
sure-
cultures around the
Yes,
globe.
and it's, well, we're so close to Nuevo Laredo that I'm sure that the culture is just so influential on our community.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So what if, when we do meet with the council from Laredo, we can give them the idea of the mental health thing to do over there with their schools? You know, I mean, they're not any different than us. They're the same.
Exactly.
It's just,
And that way you stay within the same items that you're discussing.
regardless of if it's Mexico or not, we still are all Hispanic, you know, we all
Yeah.
struggle with the same thing.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a wonderful idea.
That's amazing, yeah, we can talk to them about, you know, like, ask them questions like, what is it that you all struggle with when it comes to like mental health, you know, and give them ideas, help them out, tell them, you know what, we decided to do this, maybe you guys can do this as well, you know, have a mental health, workshop at the schools over there, or with students. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. That's weird. And we could try to like do the same, get ideas from them and maybe implement something similar here.
But I think their committee is only kids from Irlandes, or is it from
No.
other schools?
No, they're just kids from 15 years old to like I think 20 years old. Like there's no like there's no
Is it in
school.
school?
Yeah. It's just like age.
Okay.
Do you have an idea on how large it is?
I think it's like 18 persons.
Similar to ours?
Yeah, more or less. I think there's a little bit more people in there, but it's similar to ours, yeah, I should say. Any suggestions, comments, questions?
No.
Are we good?
Okay, moving on to the next item is other businesses. So there's a lot to talk about here.
I was wondering, so, if we want to plan like this sort of like Christmas party that we want to do?
That's later.
That's what it
This was later.
Oh, is it Thursday?
So, I spoke to Karen, and there is a possibility of us coming out on the parade. I don't know if it's the one in February or the one in Christmas, because I know they have two. Because I mean, the council members and the mayor do come out in the parades, because they're council members. And I spoke to her, and I was like, well, what about us? Like, regardless or not, like, we're still council members for the youth, you know? And she said that she wouldn't see why not, you know? So we would, of course, they would come out first, and then we would come out as well. But I know that council members do need help because they all have their own floaty. And with their own floaty, with their own district, again, we are different schools in different districts, you know? None of us have the same districts. What's it called? They have their own floaty, and you know how whenever you go to parade, it's the council members and the rest of the floaty, there's like those kids that are there. Some of them throw out like glow sticks, that they wave. That's something that we would be doing. So, depending on your district, maybe it would be depending on your district or whatnot. I will have to get more information on it. What's it called? We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, I remember for the Christmas parade last year, Melissa Diarra, she asked the youth council members to help her, so whoever volunteered.
Yeah.
I think either way
So-
would be possible.
So, what's it called? I don't know if you guys are like down to do that, come out in the parade.
It's a Christmas parade.
You would have to come with the school.
We would have, no, the schools don't come out, it's us, the council
So
members.
we're all sharing one?
Calm down. Sorry. So, that was a great question. What Daniel said, was it going to be all of us in one floaty or different? Because again, every council member comes out on their own. I'm not sure. But since we did decide to meet 2 weeks from now, I can get you that information. Or actually, you know what? I can just ask Karen tomorrow and I will let you know. I don't know when the Christmas parade is.
No, I'm trying to find out.
But is that part?
coming out in it. I think it's on the 10th.
Wouldn't it be best to have like one?
So then I guess maybe the one in February, the Grand Parade, would be perfect. What's it called? They give us more time.
Put out our name.
Yeah, to put out our name and everything.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't even know what we are.
Yeah, so I can talk to Karen about the one in February. They have the Grand Parade. Unless you guys are okay with waking up early in the morning. What's it called? We would be able to come out in it. You just let me know, and if you agree to it, great. We put your name down. I don't know if we're just gonna go by district or if it's gonna go simply like all of us all together. That's still something that just needs extra planning, but it's just something I wanted to bring up to see if you guys are okay with adding to the agenda next meeting, so we can further discuss it.
Should we go by district? Are we going by district that we live in or district of the school that we go to?
I have no idea, but that's a great question.
Yeah, the Christmas parade is on Saturday.
Yeah, so I don't think Christmas. Isn't there two? Because I know there's a youth one and then there's the one that everyone can go to.
No, I think that's only for.
That's the Washington one.
That's the one in February. That's the one. Juristic or address, right? You said?
Yeah.
It would actually be
home
the
address
first
or
time
school
we're to the
address.
Laredo parade. Let's go.
Okay.
The Laredo parade.
So then we can wait for the one in February. Oh, I wish you would be here.
I'll try to come back.
I think I'll try to come. Okay. I'll ask. What's it called? We still have a month and a half to plan for that, but it is something we do need to, bring up. What's it called? I'm excited. And I thought of it randomly. I was like, wait a minute, why do we never not come out? I mean, we are a part of the city of Laredo. So even if it's just there helping out, being on the floaty, throwing little stuff out, you know how they throw stuff, you're still a part of it. We are all a part of it, you know? So I don't know, we'll see what we can do. We'll gather more information. I'll talk to Karen about it. So I'm excited for that. Next, the party. We did not have one in November, and it was very chaotic, you know, it's very chaotic. So I was telling Damien, what we can do is we can combine November, December together. But the thing is that I need to know for sure, we're gonna plan out the party, where do we wanna have it, what are we gonna do? Because I know we wanted to do a gift exchange, but I need to know who's actually gonna go, because I know sometimes people say you're gonna go and then like things happen and you can't show up. And we really can't do that for this one, especially if it's a gift exchange, because it's not gonna be fair if one person pulls out and then one person's gonna be left with nothing. You get me? So we are gonna be having a Christmas party, for sure. I will have to talk to Karen. I know she had said something about maybe she can help us with it, or we can do it on our own. I don't know yet. I can let you guys know about that. But what did you guys want to do for the party? Let's think Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving party.
First, we should consider whether we want to do it with Karen or like.
Okay, do you guys want to do it with Karen? Like, it would be like here, or do you guys want to
The
do it
food
on?
will be provided for us, I believe.
I
you
think
said?
so,
Yes.
yeah. Or do you guys want to do it on our own, like the way we have before in the past, like where we all meet up somewhere and we just like all just get together?
Maybe on our own, because it's
Yeah.
like.
It's a Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so we could be able to talk more freely.
Yeah.
Recorded, like having a party, like.
Karen said that we would do like a short meeting, the cameras will be cut off, and then we have the party.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm sorry if you're listening.
My bad.
Why don't we just have both? We'll just like have both.
Okay,
Dinner thing with Karen. We could have like a dinner thing with Karen, and then we can have our own thing.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do that. Maybe what we can do is I can talk to Karen. We'll be like, we agreed on having like maybe a little Christmas party since we didn't get to have a Thanksgiving one. And we'll have like a dinner here. We can have like a little meeting. The next one, maybe the next one that we have or something. We'll have
I think that's
a
Christmas theme.
like a Christmas little theme, since it is going to be a short meeting because it's for the garden, right? I can talk to her about it and we can have our own little Christmas party here. But over
Are we
there.
gonna do like Secret Santa or gift exchange?
That what I wanted to do is is I wanted to do that in our own personal party. Because I feel like there's more freely, it's more
I feel like
fun.
we should do Secret Santa, like get to know each other more.
That's cute.
That's what we do. That's the whole point that we started this.
Would we be doing this like at someone's house or like main event?
So
like what we
that's one thing I wanted to ask you guys. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to do it at somebody's house, like the way we have previously,
Or a public space.
or a public space?
I don't know, maybe
I think-
someone's house.
I think it was house, because last time when we were in public space, we were kind of loud and they were complaining about us. So I think,
Okay, and if we were to do it, where would we do it?
My house was always available.
Or Shirleen's house?
Not my house.
we can do it,
Okay.
Wait.
We just moved
we're gonna be
in.
outside or
Really?
Well,
inside.
the previous two parties have been at her house, and you're like okay with her, right?
Yeah,
Her
my house is
mom-
always available.
Yeah, her house.
My big house.
Her house, what's it called? We always have parties there. It's really big, it's spacious, she has a big backyard, she has a game room.
Okay,
Yeah.
You know,
Karaoke.
Yes, but yes, we have all that. That's perfect. So we can help out with Christmas theme. We can like theme it out as obviously Christmas.
I'll come up with the Christmas games.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll bring food. I'll bring food.
Everyone will
We
be
could do like a potluck type of thing where like each one of us brings food or like somebody can bring decorations.
Yeah.
I'll bring decorations.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute.
So we need to know, like, how are we gonna do this, like the party? So we all are like required to bring something. So I don't know if you guys wanna do Secret Santa, but for
We
that,
pick numbers,
but for that, but that's the thing, there's
I
two.
don't mind being in charge of it. I've already made like a Google form because I used to do Secret Santa with my friends all the time. So we can do like Google Forms and then I can like randomly organize you in a wheel and then give you the person.
But that's the
But you would
thing,
know.
hold on, but that's the thing, you have to know for sure if that person's going. It's just an
Yeah,
example,
that's fine. We can
like,
discuss it later on, like for sure who's going.
Be like, you're going and now you get kicked out.
Guys, I'm getting kicked out.
So, it's because the thing is that we are a mixture of both boys and girls, you get me? So, and there's like an even number, right? We're an even number, how many of us are in total?
It's more.
I think it would be nice if each one of us like write down 3 things we like.
Yeah. And then also get to know each other more.
Like, let's say like we have like our notes and it says our name.
You know
and
what we
3
can
things
do?
like.
How many of us are missing besides Cicely? One,
Cicely,
two,
Alex.
Cicely, Alex,
Only-
Carlos.
only girls. It's four guys and the rest are girls.
That's crazy.
So it's not even, it's.
So then how about the guy? So what I was thinking is like what we did with me and my friends is we get a cup, everybody puts in your name, in the cup, we mix it and everybody gets a little paper, and whatever name you get, that's who you
I feel
get.
like that would be a good idea, like, but when we put our name, like this is our name and there's like 3 things we like. So
Yeah, so we can do that right now. We can do is, well, I have paper. How do
Oh,
we
we have
have
napkins.
paper?
Right there.
Hold on.
Right.
There's like a cup.
Oh wait, but first we have to like establish like a
It's that list of who's going.
no the money price, the price of the gift.
Okay,
Hold on. 10 to 15?
we have to,
Cause we don't want someone like lowballing someone like getting
Why don't we do the names right now and then I can send the Google Forms later on tonight.
okay,
I already
wait, I'm sorry.
I thought we do it here right now.
Everyone has to like, just if you're gonna ask a question, please raise your hand, because we need to like settle this. You know, the text I sent last week. Okay, you guys rather do this after we're done with the meeting?
Sure.
Yeah.
Finish. Okay,
This is on air.
since this is other business, I do have one more thing with the garden. We're gonna work on that right now. What is it that you have written down with the garden?
So we're gonna have volunteers, maybe volunteers, right? There's gonna be plants in the front that are gonna be more like cacti and stuff, like nopales. And in the backyard, there's gonna be plants, like the actual plants with flowers. We might partner, we're gonna partner up with Resk, and they can help us out with the grant they have. It's
Are we gonna be seeking sponsorships for like help from any other like businesses?
No.
No, that was not mentioned. We need to contact a landscaper, we need new gravel. On Thursday, the 21st, we're gonna go prepare the garden, team, and afterwards, we're gonna have a special meet.
Wait, when did you say the meeting was?
Thursday, the 21st, December.
Thursday, 21st?
Yeah. Or the volunteers are only gonna plant the flowers, the plants.
Volunteer. Only plant what?
Only planting.
Yeah.
Not
Flowers,
cleaning.
only flowers. We're not having to-
After you're done, I also wanna add something to the business.
Okay.
Continue, Leo?
Okay, we're gonna go first before the volunteers to just get a tour of the thing and.
So then for the next,
21st, yeah, sorry.
It's just one, or?
go first.
I just got one.
So then, you want, do you guys agree on having the next meeting at the Water Museum, so like that we can be able to see like the backyard and everything?
I'm for that. And is that when we would be having the little Christmas thing?
I will talk to Karen about that and I will get to you guys next meeting at Water, that's it, right?
This one?
Okay, Mia wanted to add something to other business, so go ahead, Mia.
Yeah, I was talking to the economic developer, Miriam. We had a meeting in Damien about, scheduling a visit to the World Trade Bridge Center, but we just need to see if people are actually interested to go. And we can do something, just like a visit. It was more like, she was gonna give us like an in-depth of what really goes on in the World Trade. But we just needed to make sure you guys would wanna go, just so we can like start working on it and schedule it when the meeting would be.
So then you don't think that maybe having our meeting for January, we're gonna have it there? Or,
I'm not sure if they have an area.
what do you mean?
It was more like a visiting type.
Oh, like you just wanna visit?
Yeah, visit, see, have them explain what they did there, I believe you probably have a presentation from.
Presentation, yes.
So actually, maybe there might be an area for a representation.
Huh?
There might be an area where we could have a meeting.
Yes, they have a boardroom there. So I don't
We
know.
can talk to Miriam about it.
Talk to Miriam about it and you let me know, so like that, let me see.
So aggressive. So what are we doing?
Oh, then once you put your name and like 3 things, you can put it in.
Hold on, wait, we're gonna do that after. So the January meeting at the World Trade?
At the World Trade Bridge. The one that's in Missouri. Alright.
Okay,
Also, Corey, can we talk about something else after this?
so,
Should it just be like more like if people are interested, just in case?
okay, Miriam, so this.
Well, I mean, if we have it as a meeting, it'd be required.
Okay, so one more thing, since I know we're not gonna meet until next month, alright? What's it called? We don't go back to school, do you guys know when we go back to school? Next month? I have no idea.
Before.
I know on the 4th
For us, we don't go to like the 22nd or something, yeah.
of January?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay, it's not
Yeah, that's good.
So I was thinking, do you guys wanna have the January meeting during the break before we go back to school? Or do you wanna like do it? like,
I can't because I have Congress Day,
When?
like nearly right before, like in the last week.
Of January?
I would do like the first week y'all start school, because everybody's already back.
Yeah, and everyone's getting used to like the last.
Okay, so the first week of January? Not the first, obviously, because. But yeah, I'll let Karen know, and let's see what else we can come up with. Leo, do you want to say something else?
Yeah. So in Harmony, we have this club called the Service Leadership Society. They do a lot about they are all about politics. And so I was talking with the sponsor of this club, and I was talking about the LYC, right? About what we do and stuff. And he said he would like for us to go and talk to the club and be like guest speakers. I don't know if y'all would like to do that.
So it's just like going to speak to a certain number of students in a club, or like a
It's
school?
not a small.
It's just like 30 people. 30 people.
So
3 or 30?
I know,
I mean, I don't know, it's hard.
there are a lot of us, so I don't know if he would want all of us to go, or if he only wants a number of people. Cause I'm not saying no, but I'm just saying like, I don't think everybody's like interested in talking
Yeah.
unless you guys wanna talk, cause I'm not gonna force you to go talk to somebody.
Also, we would have to consider the fact that, it's an after-school club. Would y'all even be able to get there on time?
So then that's the thing, what's it called? Since again, not everybody wants to talk, not everybody is required to talk, this is just something on the side. We can talk about that on our next meeting, put that on your next meeting. You just need somebody to,
They sponsor it, yeah.
sponsor it. And if we do, from then on, we'll see how many people are interested in joining it within our group. And then from there, let's say there's 7 of us, we'll write down your name and we'll give it to Leroy Damien to give to them. But that's something for the next meeting.
I think it's already just do it. I think you can do it.
Is there anything else?
Is there anything else anybody wants to add, talk about, anything at all? Any new things that you guys have in mind that you want to bring in? Anything? No? You got a motion?
No.
So that's it? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
to.
Second.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned.
Okay. So now we want to do the whole.
Are they gonna turn it off or?
I need a call.
Okay. They're gonna cut it out, they edited it, don't, no, they didn't edit the other one.
Really?
They didn't edit the other one.
It's I'll just sit still.
Let's just like stare at the camera.
It went on for like an extra 10 minutes and we were eating out there.
Actually. Okay.
Let's talk about, okay, so there's 3 ways we can do it. So the only people we're missing right now is Alexandra, Cecily, that's it, right?
And
But
everybody from-
that's there technically, but
She can hear us.
So, is she on my phone?
No.
No, she hung up after her item.
You told me to hang up.
Okay, so there's 3 ways we can do this. For sure, who's down for this party?
She can hear us, I think, because she's clapping.